Hello, it is the last week of May and I'm just really going to lock in because I really want to hit 160 by the end of the month, and I am bouncing between 161 and 163 pretty frequently lately. So we're locking in for the last week of May. So this morning I woke up, I had a little bit of toast and some of my protein coffee, and then I didn't finish my protein coffee because I wanted to have some protein before my workout and some protein after my workout. It also was just good motivation to get my workout finished. I did a full body workout today with Kaylee Cohen Strength.
This is the ultimate workout. We have got a little bit of everything today. We're gonna have an upper body exercise, a lower body exercise, then we're gonna do a combo upper lower together.
And now it is after my workout. I am showered, ready for the day. We have lots of plans for playing outside today. For lunch, I'm gonna have these spicy chicken strips and I'm gonna have some corn and black beans. It's a little weird. It's not the weirdest thing ever, but we are running low on groceries right now and I'm kind of wanting to just push it until the end of the month before I need to go grocery shopping again. So the meals that you may be seeing this week might be they might start to get a little weird because we're trying to stretch it. But let's have lunch, and then after that, I'm gonna be outside for the rest of the day. It is such a nice day out. I got a lot of steps outside today, and we had a lot of fun just sitting in the sun. I might be slightly burned from the sun. For dinner, I had a ton of cans of soup in my cabinet. I keep a ton of it for if we get sick or for if I'm trying to stretch the pantry for a little bit longer. So I decided to make a can of soup. And on the side, I made like a wrap situation. It was just a quesadilla, some deli chicken, and a cheese stick, which honestly, I tried this cheese stick in a wrap thing a while ago. And I really like it. I feel like I can actually like really taste the cheese a lot more when it's in a wrap like this, probably because I'm eating it in a giant hunk rather than it being, you know, shredded cheese or just a thin slice of cheese. I do like it this way. And then I made a snack of vanilla yogurt with a chopped up apple and some chocolate chips. I need chocolate chips. I had a sweet tooth tonight. I do feel that the foods, I was taking a look at what we have left, the food situation is going to get very interesting for me because I have a lot of foods that my family will eat, but I don't have a lot of foods that I eat regularly in the pantry. So my family's going to be eating pretty normally for them. There's going to be substitutions here and there, but they may not even notice. I, on the other hand, may start to notice a little more. My husband might start to notice a little more too because he usually has more snacks and we don't have a lot of snacks right now. But that is the end of day one. I'm feeling pretty good. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow. Morning. I gained a pound overnight. I don't know how that happened or if I'm retaining salt for some reason or whatever. I can't think of the reason why. Actually, okay, maybe I did just think of the reason why. I just forgot I'm supposed to be getting my period any day. So that may complicate this week a little bit too. So now we have two challenges. Number one, the pantry challenge, where I'm just trying to eat as good as I can with what we have right now. And number two, the impending doom of my period coming up, which is just honestly, the only thing that's going to make it hard is that I'm going to be craving more things, more sweets, but we don't have a lot of sweets. So it won't be an issue, actually. It won't be an issue at all. The scale is just not going to work right for the next couple of days, but we'll see it drop. I'm still motivated. We're still okay. I'm just a little tired right now. I did not sleep great last night. Ugh. My Fitbit's saying I got great sleep last night. I think that we're disagreeing about that currently. So I'm going to drink some of my protein coffee. I'm going to have more toast again today because when I've been starting my day with protein coffee and the toast, I feel a lot better throughout the day. And I don't know, maybe I'm just making it up in my head because it's like the simplest change ever is just adding a little bit of toast in the morning, but I feel really good. Maybe I just need a little extra carbs in the morning. Although I did buy the low carb bread. I'm pretty sure it's low carb. I know it's low calorie. I just assume it's low carb too, but I don't know. So gonna drink coffee, make toast, eat toast. Then we got upper body today. And I'll probably throw in some kind of cardio today, either treadmill walk, outdoor walk, or Ring Fit Adventure. If I do treadmill or Ring Fit Adventure, it's going to be a much better workout. If I do an outdoor walk, it's going to be with the kids, and it's a very lazy walk. So I'm hoping to go for either treadmill or Ring Fit Adventure. I just need a little extra today, I feel, because I'm not feeling sore at all. I just need some energy, and we can get going. I also promised the kids that we could wash the car yesterday, and we just never got to it. So I think we're going to wash my car today, which will be a lot of activity with the kids and the hose and the scrubbing and all of that. So we're going to have quite a bit of activity today.
So today's structure, I mentioned it is an opposites attract, something we have never done before, and that is going to look like 2 sets, one of heavy and slow, and then the other of fast and light.
I'm sorry. I feel like I didn't give like any updates today. It was a crazy day. And this is why I don't usually do like a weekly vlog, because there's always a couple of days where either my brain is just not capable of keeping up with vlogging, or the kids just are a lot. And today, well, mostly this afternoon, the kids were a little bit busier. And by that I mean it took me about 2 hours to get them both to fall asleep tonight. So I'm exhausted. I haven't even had a snack today, and I have quite a few, well, not quite a few calories. I have like 300 calories left in my day that I should eat something more. I was planning on doing a yogurt bowl. I don't know if I have the energy to do a yogurt bowl, because it's hair wash night. So in preparation for hair wash night, I put a ton of oil in my hair this morning, because I was like, whatever, we'll just hang out in the oil all day. We can be gross at home. It's fine. And then we'll take a ton of time showering at night, because the kids will be in bed and you'll have so much time to yourself. Now I wish that I could just lay in bed and eat my yogurt bowl, but I have to wash my hair. I don't know if the yogurt bowl is going to happen tonight. I hear my children, they are awake. Good morning. I am exhausted. I slept awful last night. I stayed up probably too late. The kid ended up sleeping with us. It was fine. He slept great, but for some reason I just did not sleep good. I know last night I was trying to talk about my day yesterday, and I was interrupted and thrown off completely. Yesterday was a pretty good day. It's just it was busy and I got distracted. We were outside for a good chunk of it. I kind of forgot to have any extra like snacks or whatever, so I had a really big dinner. Like it was mostly ground beef, and that was because I made this ground beef and my kids were like, no, we don't want tacos tonight. And I asked them, well, what else would you want? And usually they don't have an answer for me, and I'm like, okay, you're getting tacos. But they said they wanted chicken nuggets, and we had chicken nuggets, so they got chicken nuggets. But then that meant that I got like the biggest pile of ground beef because it needed to get eaten. But also I had so much room in my calories yesterday. I was like, this is probably a good thing. And then my husband just doesn't like tacos at all, so chicken nuggets for him too. His coffee is keeping me alive right now. I never got my yogurt bowl last night, by the way, so I was very much so under my calories yesterday. I probably got about 1,200 calories yesterday, which usually on a low calorie day, I'm eating like 1,300 calories. So definitely underate yesterday. I'm not sure today is gonna be too much better as far as what I got planned. I can try to throw some things into it. It's just we're kind of running out of just throw it in kind of foods. So maybe I just need to make my meals a little bit bigger. That might work. Weighed myself this morning and I did lose that 1 pound that I gained yesterday. So we're pretty much back where we started at the beginning of this video. I just want to lose 2 pounds this week. That's all I want to lose is 2 pounds this week. And then I'll be at 160. Today's cardio day. I think I'm just gonna do the treadmill. Usually on cardio day, I would do something a bit more strenuous, like Ring Fit Adventure or a dance video, but I'm honestly debating taking a full-on rest day, but I'm already wearing my sports bra. So I'm gonna do something today. Hopefully my thoughts were somewhat well organized. This is a rough morning. See the birds?
Yep, I see it right here. Keep going.
What?
Keep going.
You want to keep going? All right, let's keep going.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm just looking at the cool tree. All right, making my toast, and I'm gonna add extra butter to it today than I do on other days, just because I'm going to be eating maybe a little higher calorie today, or at least I'm going to be trying to kind of make up for yesterday. I'm just very concerned about my body just getting used to eating 1,200 calories a day. I don't want to eat 1,200 calories a day for the rest of my life. So we are just going to eat toast. We've been spending the morning outside, so I'm just gonna bring this outside again. I have a feeling I'm gonna be out there all day once again, which is fine. It's just I can't film as much outside and I can't get as much done because my computer for editing is in a spot where I cannot see the kids very good outside, so I can only edit when they're inside. I gotta do some editing today. I did get a walk in though. It was an outdoor walk, so very light. That's kind of the vibe I'm going for today, is just light exercise, staying active throughout the entire day, but keeping it very relaxed. I look weird to be hanging out outside in this outfit. These are my pajama shorts. I think they pass for regular shorts, and this is a sports bra, but I think it passes for a regular top, except for the back. The back is very sports bra-y, but I think it's fine. All right, back to my day. I loved this lunch so much yesterday that I'm having it again today. All right, here is dinner. I got some fries, some green beans, and got this from Aldi. So nothing super exciting, but it's like 500 calories for this whole plate. So definitely a good chunk of my calories for the day. That's pretty good. Me and my can opener, we've been fighting. So getting these green beans was a challenge. And also I did order a new can opener. It is coming on Friday. It's an electric can opener, so we'll see if I like that vibe a little better. I grew up with an electric can opener, so it'll be like coming home. I'm gonna sit ate my dinner, and we will be able to have a better conversation after dinner when my kids are hopefully in bed at a good time tonight. So after lunch, I checked out my watch and it was almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I was at 11,000 steps, which is insane. Usually on a regular day, I'm at like 7,000 steps. And while I don't religiously go for 10,000 steps every single day, I'm even happy at like 7,000 to 8,000 steps. What really matters to me the most is that I am active throughout the day. And that's the only reason that I would aim for 10,000 steps in a day, is just, it means that I was moving. But especially on like strength training days, if I don't hit 10,000 steps, it's not a big deal. But I did. And now at almost 8 o'clock, I'm at almost 14,000 steps for the day. So I was very active today. We actually went on 2 separate walks. The first walk I did this morning was with my youngest kid while my oldest kid was at school. And then my oldest kid came back from school and he wanted to go for a walk. So we all went for another walk. And these are really quick walks. They're only like 15-minute long walks because the kids can only be entertained for so long with a walk. But if you think about it, that means I got 30 minutes of just walking in today. It was very light. Checking my Fitbit, it said that I was in the light heart rate zone for most of it, with a few spikes of moderate here and there. That would be the hills or the running because they don't walk. When I say we went for a walk, they don't walk. They're always on their bikes. So they're usually a little bit ahead of me. And so I do have to kind of push it sometimes to keep up with them. All of this to say, my original plan was to do a treadmill walk tonight. Although with the way that going to bed went last night, I wasn't sure if I would get much me time. But they actually went to bed pretty good. I am at 14,000 steps. There's like no reason to get on the treadmill. I'm actually somewhat tired because, you know, the lack of sleep yesterday. I even, in anticipation for my kids not sleeping right away at bedtime, made my yogurt bowl and put it in the fridge. And I was just like, if I don't have the energy to make this yogurt bowl later, hopefully I have enough energy to eat it later. So we got vanilla yogurt, some blueberries, and some chocolate chips. Now the blueberries were frozen blueberries. They're not fresh blueberries. And I'm interested to see if I like these better, because usually I only like blueberries if they're cooked. I think it's something about the texture. I don't know. Let me know if you're the same with fruits or anything specifically. But I like blueberries cooked, but we'll see if I like frozen. I was yapping for long enough that they are not frozen anymore. But with the amount of yogurt, I can deal with this. This is fine. And the crunch from the chocolate chips kind of helps too. After dinner, I also had a sweet tooth and I may have gone in the freezer and got one of my fudge bars, but really no big deal. I buy like the mini ice cream just so that I can kind of have a portioned way of having my ice cream craving. And these fudge bars, they're only like 80 calories per bar, which is perfect to just conquer the craving. That's really all I need to do when it comes to ice cream. And once I'm done with this yogurt bowl, I've officially hit 1,500 calories for the day. I don't remember how much protein. I think it was like 120-ish grams of protein. It's probably anywhere between 100 and 120 grams of protein. I do only have 2 more scoops of protein powder left, so we'll see how good I get at hitting my protein goals once that is gone. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish my yogurt bowl, then I'm gonna sit in bed and watch YouTube and hopefully fall asleep early. That sounds like the ideal evening for me. So, see you tomorrow. Good morning. I slept awful and I got my period this morning. So that's what we're working with today. I just really don't wanna work out today. And that may be because it's lower body day today. And I always hate doing lower body, but it's gonna get done. First, I need my protein coffee. I'm exhausted. It was just one of those nights where I couldn't get comfy. I couldn't fall asleep. Tonight, I definitely need to get some good sleep because I have not gotten good sleep in a while. I may even just give myself melatonin just to help. It's a very low dose melatonin. So I'm hoping it just like gets me sleep, keeps me asleep, but doesn't completely knock me out. I used to take melatonin all the time in college, like high dose melatonin. And then when I got pregnant the first time, completely stopped. And then I was like, I can't go back to taking it that same exact way. Okay, protein coffee. My brain is barely functional
14 exercises in total, working for 40 seconds, pulsing or finishing for 20 seconds, and then resting for 20 seconds.
See that tiny microphone that's attached to my shirt? That was supposed to be recording me talking throughout this entire workout, and it recorded absolutely nothing because I am so the opposite of tech savvy. I have no clue what I'm doing. So trial and error with that. Hopefully I figure that out soon. It would be nice. And then for lunch, I made the same thing as yesterday, except for I added a little peanut butter sandwich and I cut them into little baby sandwiches. And I thought that was just really cute. And I ate that outside and enjoyed the nice weather again. Outside for about 3 hours. Now I'm gonna have a fudge bar. It is especially hot today. Cut my feet in the water for a good chunk of it. My hair is so gross after taking my hat off. Like I have a crown of sweat. For dinner, I made a chicken parmesan kind of situation with some banza noodles. And then I had this real good chicken filet, which I did have to go back and cook a second time because I didn't realize that it was one of those raw chicken products. It definitely needed to be cooked a little bit longer. Usually when I buy like chicken strips, it comes fully cooked, so I was surprised by that. But once I did get it cooked, I put my homemade pizza sauce on top, and that's a little bit more difficult for me to track exactly because I make it homemade. I also am the type of cook that kind of measures with their heart. I don't really measure much of anything when I'm making like a big thing like pizza sauce and stuff like that, and like the pizza dough. I have not been able to figure out how to track my homemade pizza in general, but especially the pizza sauce, which I use on chicken parmesan. I just pick whatever somebody else put in my nut diary as homemade pizza sauce, homemade marinara, whatever it was, and went with it. It's not too high calorie of a sauce. I'm pretty sure the only thing that would make it unhealthy would be the sugar I put in it, and I've been trying to cut back on the sugar I put in that. Oh, and I had green beans on the side, and I forgot to film the part. My kids didn't eat their corn, and corn is like no calories in my mind, especially if you're having only a small amount of corn, so I did eat their leftover corn. It's better than me eating like their leftover main meal. They just had a pizza. And now I'm sitting in my room about to have my dessert, which is literally the same exact thing I had yesterday. The blueberries, chocolate chips, and vanilla Greek yogurt. Anyways, I forgot to mention that I did get an extra walk in today. I only did one walk today with the kids. And I feel like this is kind of what our schedule is going to look like for the summer. Being outside most of the days when it's nice out. Hopefully there will be a lot of nice days this summer. And my kids really enjoy going for walks now this year. Last year, I could get like one of them to go with me, which doesn't really work out. I don't feel great about, even in our neighborhood, just leaving one of my kids in my yard and walking around the neighborhood. I need both of them with me. So this year, they both love it. And it's probably because they're both able to ride their bikes pretty easily throughout the neighborhood. And I enjoy the walk too, because it's only like a 15-minute walk, the route that we go. It's quick. It's a light walk for the most part. It gets my extra steps in. It's outside. I hear the birds chirping. I see the cool trees that we have in our neighborhood. Some of them have flowers on them and smell so good. It's a great experience. I'm loving it. I did hit 10,000 steps, like an hour ago? Let me see what I'm at. Yeah, I'm at 10,341 if we want to be specific. So steps have not been an issue. I haven't even thought about steps at all this week. But I think tomorrow for exercise, I'm going to do Ring Fit Adventure because I want to do something different. I feel like I've been doing a lot of Kaylee Cohen strength. She's definitely been my focus this week. I need to branch out, need to do something a little different. So tomorrow will be Ring Fit Adventure. And I think the day after that, I'm going to take more of a rest day because my rest day yesterday was not a rest day. I was walking around so much. It was a very active rest day. I think on Friday I'm gonna attempt to have a legitimate rest day, to really just like sit and relax. Although my kid does have playgroup and we're going on a field trip to a playground. So I'm probably gonna get a lot of steps in still. But we will try to relax at night. Anyways, gonna eat this, gonna enjoy the rest of my night, gonna take a melatonin and hope that I sleep a lot better, but I'll let you know in the morning.
I did it. I got good sleep. I'm waking up feeling not energized. I still need coffee and just a minute to wake up. But I am feeling like I got good sleep last night. So that's a plus. I'm gonna make coffee. Now here's the unfortunate thing about the coffee situation. This is my last protein coffee. After this, I'm out of protein powder. And again, I'm not going grocery shopping until like the 1st or 2nd of June. And it is May 28th. So I'm gonna be going a few days without protein powder, which I've not done in probably over a year, unless it's been like on vacation and I just like forgot to bring it. But I've never had just a normal day at home without my protein coffee. So we'll see how that goes. Gonna really enjoy it today. And tomorrow I may not even make coffee. What's the point? I really just like my protein coffee, and I also don't have anything else to mix with my coffee. I used to drink it black. I don't think I can do that anymore. I gotta ease myself back into it if I'm gonna go back to black coffee. But by next week, I'm gonna be back to the protein coffee situation. I'm battling, I am tired, I gotta wake up.
Okay, just about to get ready for my workout. Here are my shorts. I don't want to do it today. I'm feeling really tired. I finished my coffee, so I should not be feeling tired anymore, but I'm just feeling very blah. I'm blaming my period. The scale isn't moving. That's very typical for me. So I'm not concerned about that, but I just like, I'm so low energy and I know I'm taking a rest day tomorrow, so I have to do something today. I'm glad I decided to do a Ring Fit Adventure because I feel like as soon as I get started into it, I'm going to get real into it and it'll be fun. It'll be fine. Just right now, motivation is very little. I'm just going to put on the shorts and hope the motivation just appears. The outfit. I know the lighting in here is not great, but here it is. I am feeling a little better already. And it's been 2 seconds since the last clip, so I'm going to get some socks. So I'll probably put my tennis shoes on for this. It is a lot easier to do Ring Fit Adventure in tennis shoes. So if you are doing Ring Fit Adventure at all, try it with tennis shoes. A little easier. I also injured my foot once when I was doing Ring Fit Adventure. This was years ago though. Tennis shoes, good. Isn't it funny how some articles of clothing can fit such a variety of bodies? Like these shorts I have had, I don't even remember getting them. I've had them for years. So I wore these at over 200 pounds while exercising and they still like, they aren't loose at all. They fit nice on my stomach right now. And my body has changed so much since when I bought these. And then, for example, these shorts that I had on this morning, I literally just put them on for when the bus comes to pick up the kid. I feel weird being in my athletic wear for that. but wearing these outside today for the amount that I was, and this is a size large. It's a 12-14. Shorts are crazy with their sizing. Do you agree with me? Like this is a size 12-14 and this was like way too big for me. This needs to go into storage for a future pregnancy. I'm sure it would be great for that. But I have a size 12-14 somewhere in this pile of shorts up here that you cannot see that is way too tight that I need to lose a little bit more weight to get into. I just don't understand how one can be falling off of me and one can be like, it doesn't fit me yet. Shorts. I hate short shopping. It's even worse than jeans shopping, like regular jeans shopping. Shorts drive me nuts. Maybe I should just live in shorts like this. Although I do feel awkward outside in athletic clothes. Please help me get over that because it would be nice to just hang out outside in these shorts. Okay, we've put it off long enough. Let's go Ring Fit Adventure now. I bought this nifty controller charger thing so that my controllers can always be charged. I had such a hard time with pairing and all of that with the Switch 2. This is our Switch 1. Our Switch 2 is in the living room. But I had such a hard time pairing my Joy-Cons to the Switch 2. Like they kept wanting to pair back to this guy here that I decided to disconnect these from everything. So in order to charge them, I can't charge them on the Switch anymore. I have to charge them on this little dock that I bought. this is very boring details, but to the niche audience that this is going to, if you're having a hard time with your Joy-Cons and the Switch 2, Switch 1 situation, disconnect it from the Switch 1 completely and just have a set of Joy-Cons that are specifically for the Switch 2, because that is what is working the best for me. And then they're always charged, and there's a cute little dock for them to sit on. Okay, procrastinating once again. Let's go. I was skeptical about my lunch. I threw a jalapeno beef stick in with some black beans, and I did not like these jalapeno beef sticks, so I was like, how can I eat this without hating it? And my solution was to make it kind of like a taco. So I just threw it in with the black beans, and it was surprisingly very good. Not so good that I'm gonna continue to make it, but good enough that low on groceries, I will eat it. And while it was filling at the time, 2 hours later, I am hungry once again. So I'm going to make a quick snack. Got an apple, and this is the last meat stick that I have. It's just a tiny chicken maple stick thing. If I remember right, it's only like 35 calories or something, 5 grams of protein. Hopefully it just solves the hunger problem. I'm really starting to run low now on food. Like, we are starting to get real creative. This is good enough. If I get hungry after this, I can make like a peanut butter sandwich. It'll be fine. But I'm gonna cut this up, bring it outside. We've been outside most of the afternoon once again, really taking advantage of the good weather, because you know, as soon as you start enjoying the summer weather, it rains for like a week straight. So we're enjoying it while we can. And I feel like it's really made this week of walking in even easier for me, because I'm outside so much, and it's so easy for me to be active when I'm just outside. Like, I have a hard time just sitting still and enjoying nature. I should probably try to do that a little more, but I'm like getting up, walking around, playing with the kids. We have the pool out, we have the water slide out. Well, we call it the water slide. It's a slip and slide, but we put it on our hill so they can water slide basically. And we have that thing set up so, because it broke this year, I just put a regular sprinkler, like what you would use to jump through, you know, regular sprinkler, like $5 from Walmart. Put it at the top of the slip and slide. The water goes down the slide still because of the hill. And then I may have added a little baby oil to it. And it works just fine. So I'm not buying a new slip and slide, no matter how much the oldest is trying to convince me to do it. I don't know why he wants me to do it. It honestly works so much better this way than it did before. The water that was supposed to come out the edges of the slip and slide always just automatically pointed away from the slip and slide. No matter how many times I adjusted it, it just kept moving. So I'm liking the way that we have it now. Okay, I'm gonna slow down on the chopping. I can't chop fast, or I'm gonna chop a finger off. Snack is ready. There it is. Beautiful. It's fine. It's not even that much of a struggle meal yet. Things will probably be more interesting for this weekend, because we're actually running quite low. But now it's like, I have to complete this challenge that I've made for myself. We have to keep going. All right, outside I go. So I had quite the headache this afternoon, so I'm sorry that we are only talking now at the very end of the day. I feel like it was a mix between just like a period symptom and then also being outside all day and just not drinking water while being in the sun. I've been so good about my water intake lately, especially the past couple days that I've been outside, but for some reason today, I kind of just forgot and was just sitting in the sun and not drinking my water. So I did come inside and I drank my water and I made a big dinner. Was it the healthiest dinner in the world? Absolutely not. It was goodles and these tomato basil chicken sausage things. The chicken sausage things, like, are they the worst thing in the world? No. Are they the best thing in the world? Well, my app told me it was like a D-, so not great. But when I bought them, I was like, chicken, that's gotta be better than like a hot dog situation. I don't know. You'll have to let me know. Is this a healthy option or no? Or everything's fine in moderation if you really think about it. But I don't know if me just feeling icky and then on top of it, just not having a very healthy dinner added to it. And I picked off of my kids' plates so much today. I don't even know, it was small bites. So I'll give myself that. At least it wasn't like a full half a plate that they would leave behind. I have been better about taking their leftovers and actually just putting them in the fridge for later. But I don't know, I took probably about half a graham cracker from them in total, a marshmallow. We had a s'mores snack today. But yeah, I'm still not 100% there, if you can't tell. So as far as a locked in day, I would say today is probably one of the worst days, but today wasn't a bad day. This was probably a pretty average day. And I wasn't going for average for this week. I was going for like above average for the week. So did I fail? Maybe, but I'm gonna keep going. We're gonna get through the rest of this week. I think the pantry challenge really just added a little extra something to it, but I'm here with my snack. The blueberries, the chocolate chips. I'm feeling a little bit better now. I do have like a tiny headache, but I did chug a whole Stanley. And I'm probably about halfway through my second Stanley since my headache started a few hours ago. So the water is doing its job. I think I might be turning into a blueberry girl. I kind of am loving the blueberries. These are technically wild blueberries. I got them at Costco in a frozen bag. I don't know if they're actually different than blueberries. We still have about 3 days to go in this week of locking in. I can do it. If you've gotten this far in the video, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you sitting through me just babbling and trying to find my train of thought constantly. Thankfully, editing does help with that second part there. But this YouTube channel has been, I think, the reason that I've actually been able to lose the amount of weight that I have lost so far. It's given me such good motivation. The comments are always so nice and so helpful. So just thanks. Thanks for joining me. I'm gonna finish this. I'll see you in the morning. Now that is the sleep that I've been trying to get all week. I feel very rejuvenated right now. Still tired. Oh, a squirrel. There's a squirrel in our bird feeder. I'm still feeling tired, so we need energy. I don't have my protein coffee today. And what's the point of drinking my coffee if I have nothing to make it taste good? I'd have to drink it black. I had these in the back of my cabinet. I don't think I've ever tried these because I saw how much caffeine was in them. How much caffeine was it again? 120 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like not as bad as an Alani, but when I bought those, I was in my Alani phase, and 120 milligrams of caffeine plus the caffeine from an Alani was just way too much. So I'm gonna mix that together. I also found this Sola bagel in the back of my refrigerator. Let's hope that it's not moldy. When did it expire? Let's find an expiration date. This isn't an expiration date. It's a best if used by date. It was the 9th that it was best if used by. But I kept it in the fridge, which made it less likely to go bad. Is this a bad spot? Maybe I'll just cut that spot off. And that spot, yeah. I guess the Sola bagel isn't happening. Dang, I already had that in my app and everything. Now I gotta think of something else. Oh, it's just, this is the issue. I hate making breakfast. I have these meal prepped pancakes in the freezer for the kids to eat for breakfast. That is how lazy I am, is that I meal prep breakfast, but I don't meal prep like anything else because I don't care. I will, oops, I got my hair on my microphone. We're trying it out again. But I don't mind cooking so much throughout the day. It's just breakfast for some reason. You want some milk? Okay, let's try this drink. I don't hate it. It would be better if it was sparkling. That's why I like the Alanis. Okay, I think I'm just gonna drink this for now I'm gonna keep thinking about breakfast. I know I wanna make a yogurt drink and maybe I'll just make toast, but what I'm having for lunch is a sandwich, and those pieces of bread are pretty high fiber, and I don't want my stomach to go insane by eating a ton of it. So we'll see what I do for breakfast. Lunch is kind of gonna be on the go because we are going to the kids' play group. So it's on the go for all of us. We're just gonna eat in the car on the way there. It's like a half an hour drive to this playground that we're going to. So that's how I keep us away from the fast food, are these to-go meals. And they work pretty good, actually. So we spent most of the day at the playground and I felt so energized at the playground. I was jumping all over, climbing all over, swinging all over. Honestly, these playgrounds are getting really cool for kids and for me because they make them adult-sized, it feels like, because adults need to, you know, follow their kids and make sure everything is going okay. I feel really shiny right now. I'm sorry, I'm very distracted by myself because I feel greasy, I feel sweaty, I feel gross, but in the best way possible. I'm feeling it was so much fun. It was so much fun to just play at a playground. And I remember having this exact same realization last year when I started losing weight, that it just felt good to be able to keep up with the kids and to just have fun and do things that, you know, kids do, like playing on a playground, without feeling absolutely winded. Like, was I sweating? Yes. But did I ever feel exhausted in a way where I needed to sit down or take a break? No, I don't think I took any breaks. I think I was playing pretty much the entire time. So it was a fun day. I didn't record a lot of it, or really any of it. I just recorded the fact that I had my lunch, which we ate in the car. Actually, we did have cookies and I had 3 of them. So that did happen, but I refuse to feel guilt. I am having a hard time getting to my protein goal, which is minimum 100 grams of protein. And with protein powder, usually I get like 120 to 140 grams of protein. Easy, no issue. I'm gonna have to drink another one of those Fairlife dupes from Aldi to get myself to just 100 grams of protein today. Today was a struggle, and I'm not really sure why, besides the fact that I didn't have my protein powder, but I should have been able to get to 100 without it being an issue. For dinner, I bought a bag of these grilled chicken breasts forever ago. They were in the back of my freezer. I figured they would come in handy for when I needed just a quick fix of protein. And then green beans with my brand new can opener. Wait until you see this thing. Oh, that was beautiful. And white rice to top it all off. So not a very exciting dinner, kind of like the basic weight loss dinner, you know, chicken, rice, and usually broccoli, but I had green beans. For some reason, I made myself really like freaked out by eating white rice, even though I love white rice. I don't know why I don't just let myself have it more often, because it's really not that many calories for how much that you get. That and potatoes. I always forget how good potatoes are, like calorically. Sorry, tripping over my words. Like, for the amount that you get and for the fillingness that you get, the calories are really not that bad for rice or potatoes. So I need to start putting both of those into my diet a little bit more, because they are foods that I really enjoy, and I don't know. Maybe it's just a little bit of trauma from when I did keto. I think what I'm gonna do for tomorrow, I do have some leftover rice and some leftover green beans. I'll probably end up doing like this exact same meal that I had for dinner for lunch tomorrow, and then we're having breakfast for dinner tomorrow night. I have this Kodiak pancake mix that was shoved in the back of my pantry that I'm gonna try to just finish it. But for breakfast, I want to be a little bit more prepared than I was this morning. I'm going to prep some overnight oats. I think I have everything that I need for it. Do I have oats? If I don't have oats, it's going to end up being like a chia pudding situation. Pretty sure I have oats. We'll find out later when I start prepping this. Okay, the kids are in bed. It's time to make my overnight oats. I am testing my microphone again. I am determined to figure this out because it would be so nice. Look at me. I'm all the way over by my fridge and hopefully you can hear me. Okay, what was I here for again? Yes, this and this. So I've done this recipe on my channel before. It's just chocolate overnight oats. I'm gonna be using the Fairlife Dupe milk, and then I need to drink one of these as a snack tonight to get to my protein goal also. Do I have another one? I hope I have another one. Otherwise, I might just go under my protein for today. Or I guess I could just eat more yogurt. I ate so much yogurt today though. So we need 3 fluid ounces of this. I hope ounces and fluid ounces are like the same thing because my scale doesn't have a setting for fluid ounces. I'm trying to get it perfect. Oh, off by a tiny bit. I'm gonna make 3 of these. So we're just gonna repeat that 2 more times. Ooh, that one was a lot closer. Right on the dot with the last one. I still have a little bit of this left. What should I do with it? I don't know how many fluid ounces. There's 11.5 fluid ounces. I just did 369. So that's only 2 fluid ounces. I don't know. Maybe I'll drink it tonight. Maybe I'll drink it tomorrow. So that's barely anything. Maybe I'll just drink it tomorrow because I'm really not feeling it. I don't even want to drink the one that I have to drink tonight. 100 grams Greek yogurt. I'm getting tired. So after this week, I am slightly exhausted. I don't feel like I am super overdoing it as far as exercise compared to like any other week. But it just is my daily movement in my life has increased so much this week because the weather is so nice and I'm planning on being outside again tomorrow. It's going to be nice again. So I think that is what has exhausted me currently. So I'm currently battling in my brain about what I'm gonna do for exercise tomorrow and if I should really do anything or if I should try my very best to sit outside and just relax in the sunshine. Right now, kind of leaning towards relax in the sunshine, but it has been a minute since I've done like a structured strength workout. And I don't want to get off the habit of doing it because the last time that happened, I took like, 2 weeks off of strength. I guess I could just pinky promise myself that I'm not going to completely stop my strength workouts. But I don't know. Is it really that big a deal? What day is it today? It's Friday. My last strength workout was Wednesday? Wednesday sounds right. I did have oats, by the way. So it's been a minute. Usually I spread out my strength training a little bit more, like I do every other day, and I think I clumped them closer together this week for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I wish I could just ask you guys in real time. Well, I guess I could post on my YouTube, but I don't know if I would get a response in time at this point. But I wish I could ask you guys what you think I should do. Should I be lazy tomorrow because I've been so active? I wish you could have seen like how active I was on that playground. I don't think me describing it really sold it, but I was very active today. And my Fitbit app on my phone right now is telling me that my cardio load is crazy and I only have 20 more cardio load to spend tomorrow. And I've been averaging like 50 to 100 every day. So I don't know. I'll definitely be overdoing it according to my app if I do something a little extra tomorrow. Although strength training doesn't give me a huge amount of cardio load, so it might be fine. The battle in my head continues. All right, 12 grams of chia seeds. Here we go. Hey, we're running low on chia seeds even. I'm running low on so many things. Although after doing a quick peruse of my kitchen tonight, I'm making a mess. No, my jammies were clean. But after doing a quick peruse of my kitchen, I think I'm gonna make it just fine to grocery shopping on Monday. Although the haul on Monday, it's gonna be crazy. Cocoa powder for you. Cocoa powder for you. Oh, never mind, I'm gonna add a little bit more to you. Cocoa powder to you. And then I add a little bit of this monk fruit sweetener because I like it really sweet. Did I forget anything? Nope, that's it, let's mix it. I'm excited. I might throw some blueberries on top of it in the morning if I think about it or remember. Or I may add some chocolate chips if I'm really feeling it. Or if I really want to be crazy, a chocolate chip cookie. I'm set for breakfast for the next 3 days. These are all 29 grams of protein per serving, and it's only 284 calories. So I could even have a little something to go with it. So putting fruit on it, putting the chocolate chips on it, having toast with it. Oh, I could have toast with it. I might be back on that toast. Took a little toast break the past couple days. Toast sounds kind of good. Look at me over by the fridge. Still talking. Whew, I made a mess. And I'm almost out of yogurt. This has been like my main protein source besides meat is the yogurt. And it's gonna be gone here pretty soon. I think I only have like 1, maybe 2 servings of it if I really try to stretch it. I have a lot of oats though. I didn't realize I had so many oats in the back of this pantry. That is a nice thing about doing one of these pantry challenges is that you find so many things that you kind of forgot that you had. I definitely recommend just doing it maybe at the end of the month. Do just like a pantry clean out. Get creative with your meals. Only buy, like the only thing that we have bought this week is milk because we kind of have to. My children go through a lot of milk. Specifically, one of my children is a big milk drinker. My husband also really likes to drink milk. Me, not so much. I don't like to just drink milk. I like milk to have a purpose, you know, in baking and cooking and, well, if I have like a chocolate chip cookie, milk is really good with that. But I never crave just a cup of milk. But I never just crave a cup of milk, ever. Even in my cereal, I don't like to overdo the milk. I like my cereal to most be crunchy. Like this morning when I ate my bran cereal that I had, I just put it in a cup and I ate it. And that's the way that I really wanted to have it. All right, this is my last one. After that, these are gone. I really did only buy these for my overnight oats. That's why I had so many of them left in the fridge. And I don't usually like to just drink these. I guess I could add them to my coffee and make like a mocha kind of thing. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. I should have done that this morning. I hope this doesn't mess up my sleep drinking this. Like literally once I'm done drinking this, I'm going to bed. All right, see you in the morning with my overnight oats. Good morning, overnight oats. Ready to go. I am gonna add some chocolate chips to it. And I also have one of these in my water for extra energy. I may seem a little more chipper this morning. Reason number 1, I slept amazing last night. I'm finally starting to catch up. Sorry if you hear my washing machine. And my Fitbit agreed with me that I had a good night's sleep last night. I felt it. I feel great this morning. It's also been a couple hours since I woke up. So there's that too. Also, I weighed myself this morning. I hit my goal. This is not my first time being at 160. So I'm not comfortable in it yet. You know, like tomorrow things could change very easily. Although I do feel like because I've been so locked in this entire week that I won't bounce out of 160 at least for a minute. We'll see where I end up when I actually do my weigh-in video. I usually do my weigh-in video at the beginning of every month. And when my period lines up like it did right now, sometimes I wait a little bit longer to do the actual weigh-in for my weigh-in video. So we'll see where I end up by the end of this week. And maybe we'll compare it to my weigh-in video when I'm a few days after my period. But I'm gonna add some chocolate chips to this. I'm gonna sit and eat it. My kids are already wanting to go outside, so we're gonna be doing that. I think I decided that I'm gonna relax today because I just want to. I want to enjoy the day without it being a day where I am absolutely exhausted and feel like I actually like really need the rest day. I want a rest day when it feels just like good to have a rest day. Does that make sense? I don't know if I explained that great. By the way, these are the chocolate chips that I've been using. When I Googled what I wanted, which was a dark chocolate chip for weight loss, this is what came up. Look at how pretty. Everything's pretty with chocolate chips. Okay, time to eat. This bagged chicken has been such a lifesaver. I just throw it in the air fryer. Easy protein. I'll probably still be buying just regular chicken breasts and grilling it, but this is good to have as like a backup in the freezer. I'm really happy I got this. Here is the plan for dinner. I got these from Aldi forever ago. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it, so it's a very small amount that's left. I'm just gonna finish that up. I'm gonna add Greek yogurt to it and probably some blueberries too. I had a snack plan today, but the overnight oats that I had this morning kept me so full for so long that I didn't eat my lunch until like 2:30. And then I just didn't want a snack after that because my lunch was actually very large too. So might be just saving my snack for before bed. I don't know. I'm not going to stress too much about it, but it is time to start making dinner. I'm having the protein waffles. I have a regular giant mix for the rest of the family, and I'll add, I don't know, maybe blackberries or blueberries to that for them too. I wish that they liked yogurt. Nobody else in my family likes yogurt. I am literally the only person that likes yogurt, and it's, I think, a texture thing for everyone else. I get it. I have a lot of texture preferences as well. Let's start cooking. We have officially made it to the end of the day, and I had a very relaxing day today. I'm still ending the day at about 9,000 steps, which is amazing for how much I was sitting. I did move around a bit to put the kids' slip and slide out, but that's probably the most energy that I exerted. Like my Fitbit thought that I was going for a walk. I didn't even go for my neighborhood walk today. We kept it so chill. And as for food, I was full most of today. Like my breakfast really kept me full up until lunchtime. And even at lunchtime, I wasn't super hungry. I didn't have lunch until like 2:30-ish. And really the only reason that I ate my lunch at that time was because I wanted to hit my protein goals. And I knew if I pushed it any farther than that, it would be really difficult for me to hit my protein goals. And I wasn't hungry at dinner, but again, ate the dinner. Yes, I did take like 3 bites of my kids' pancakes. It's something I'm still really working on, is just not taking bites from my kids. It's not even that I really even want it. It's just like a habit that I've built up for some odd reason. Anyways, I'm getting ready for bed. I'm still very full from dinner. So I'm just gonna say no to a snack. I don't know where I'm sitting as far as calories, but I do know that I hit my goal of 100 grams of protein, which once we get to 100, I'm fairly happy, especially if I get there without the protein powder. Plans for tomorrow. The kids really want to go to the park. So we're going to go to the park tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit colder, but it's still going to be nice out. Like it's going to be 75 and cloudy. So at least we won't be doing the slip and slide tomorrow, but I did leave the slip and slide out. So I gotta clean it up tomorrow. I was kind of lazy about that at the end of the day today. I have most of my food already put into my app for tomorrow. Let's see where I'm sitting for food tomorrow. By the way, I'm ending today at almost 1,400 calories for the day, so we're sitting good for calories too. And tomorrow I have planned out about 1,300 calories. I don't think I planned... Oh, I did plan a snack. I planned to eat one of my chocolate chip cookies and a fudge ice cream bar. So not the healthiest of snacks. I ran out of my apples. I ran out of like everything. The only fruit I have right now are my frozen blueberries, and I need to mix that with yogurt. And I ran out of my vanilla yogurt at dinner today. Oh, sad times. But I'm very excited to eat my overnight oats tomorrow. once again. By the way, I am just remembering that tomorrow is the last day of May. I'm done with my 1 week locked in tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. I'm still going to continue to work hard towards my goals, but I will be working hard towards my goals with a fuller pantry because we're gonna do our grocery shopping on Monday. And if the weather stays as nice as it has this past week, it's gonna be so easy to just continue locking in. That has been stressful, but tomorrow's the last day. I will see you then.
Good morning. I have a coffee with almond milk and I put a splash of just vanilla extract. It's not hitting the same as my protein coffee, but I kind of was just like craving a coffee this morning, so it's okay. It's not the worst thing. Then I also have my energy drink water mix situation. I have to do my full body workout now. One of my kids is sleeping. One is awake and very energized. I just have a feeling I'm not gonna get it done today if I don't do it right now. And I'm going to attempt to talk to my microphone. Hopefully that's good. We got Kaylee Cohen strength again. I don't know how I'm going to play catch and do my workout at the same time here.
Circuit 1 and circuit 2, or the bread of the sandwich, we are going to have 4 exercises that will work down the list and then repeat. So we'll work through those 2 times through, working for 45. In between each exercise, we'll rest for 10. After we get through 4 of those exercises, we'll rest for 20 and then repeat. So that's circuits 1 and 3. Again, the bread of the sandwich. Right in the middle of the sandwich, the abs. We have got 4 exercises, repeated 2 times through, working for 45, resting for 0. Yes, that is right, and that is gonna take us through 20 minutes.
So what I was saying the last time I was trying to record myself talking and doing my workout was that I hate warming up. And if Kaylee didn't put the warm-ups just straight at the beginning of her videos, I probably would never do them. So I'm very thankful she just throws it right on in, because I feel like a lot of YouTubers make separate warm-up videos, which probably works great for most people, so they can pick which warm-up they want. I don't like that. I need it just built right on in, or I'm not gonna do it. Ah! Oh, I can't reach it. You're gonna have to get that. So I weighed myself this morning, and we are at 159.8, which is absolutely crazy. I totally expected the scale to go up because the lowest I've ever been is 160, and it feels like every single time I get there, the next day I wake up at 163. So this is very exciting. I'm curious what's gonna happen when I'm actually done with my period, or if this is the whoosh that I'm expecting. The whoosh I sometimes get with my period sometimes happens like mid-period, sometimes it happens at the end of the period, and sometimes it happens right before my period. But there's always a whoosh somewhere. I don't know if this is the whoosh. This might be the whoosh. I'm gonna be drinking my coffee and working out at the same time. Anybody else do that too? I don't know if that's a good idea, because I think coffee is supposed to dehydrate you. So don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. Oh. I'm feeling kind of weak today. Maybe I should have had some of my oats before doing this. I'm just not feeling super strong. And that's probably because I'm doing this mostly fasted with just some coffee. Oh my gosh, I didn't even take a break there. I should have taken that break. I don't even know if this angle is very good, so I'm sorry. I feel like it's moving so fast today. I'm not prepared. Okay, now we just repeat all of that again. Y'all take my advice. Eat a little something before you work out. Don't drink coffee during your workout. Oh gosh, I almost fell. Okay. Oh my gosh, I forgot to start my watch. I just went straight for it. Okay, now we gotta do some abs. Now that I can actually do ab exercises, I don't really mind them anymore. They used to be my least favorite. Now my least favorite is legs, which is funny because when I was bigger, I actually enjoyed legs.
Okay, I know Kaylee is doing something different with her push-ups, but I'm kind of curious how many push-ups I can do. I don't even know if I do push-ups right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna stop at 10. Okay, that is the end of that. That was a struggle. Today was a struggle. I have not picked up weights in a few days now. Usually I go like every other day with like max 2-day break between weights. This is how it worked out this week. I kind of just go with the flow. Should I be a little more scheduled? Probably. But it's summer. Literally nothing is scheduled. Everything is like a little spontaneous. That is the excuse that I am going with. Plans for the rest of today. We are probably going to be outside for most of the day once again. I have planned for breakfast my overnight oats. I also plan to have toast because toast sounded good. So breakfast today is probably going to be split into 2 sections. I'm probably going to eat my overnight oats, very chill, very relaxed, take my time with it. And then like an hour or 2 later, I'm probably going to make toast. This probably will lead to me not wanting my lunch. But looking at my plans for today, my lunch is pretty simple. I'm making one of my chicken breast fillets. Well, good morning. At 8:16.
What are you doing?
I was just finishing up my exercise. Anyways, my lunch is going to be a chicken breast fillet on a bun with some sweet peas. So pretty simple lunch. I think the hardest part is going to be that I need to open that can. But now that I have my fancy can opener, not too concerned. For dinner, I made the kids chicken strips, and I just made mine grilled instead of breaded. I should have known better than to bake cookies and think, you're not gonna eat those. But that was my day today, and today is the last day of May. Tomorrow is the first day of June. And I feel like I had a very successful week locked in. So let's just quickly go over the week. Starting with the exercise, which is where I think I really shined this week. For the most part. I don't know. I feel like I was like very active, but I didn't do a lot of organized workouts per se. So my Fitbit app only goes Sunday to Saturday when they're doing like a weekly wrap up. So we're going to just completely ignore today. I did 3 strength training workouts, 2 incline treadmill walks, which my Fitbit always says that this is a treadmill run, but it's just a walk. I did Ring Fit Adventure 1 time, and I did a ton of walks in my neighborhood. These were very easy, 15-minute, very light walks. And my average steps were 11,400 steps. Now, this is not a normal week as far as just like my general activity. As far as like my organized workouts, that's pretty average for me, that amount of working out. But the amount of time that I spent on my feet walking around and just like being outside and just being so generally active, you know, your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. I just know that it's NEAT. I don't remember what it stands for. But just your general activeness throughout the day. I'm not normally as active as this. Usually I hit anywhere between like 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. And it was pretty rare this week that I did not hit at least 10,000 steps a day. Now, talking about nutrition, I use MyNet Diary to count all of my calories and keep track of all of my foods. But I do want to preface this by saying I tend to take bites of my kids' food fairly often. It's something that I'm working on. It's a bad habit. I know, I'm working on it. So I usually leave a little bit of wiggle room for these bites. I'm aiming for about 1,500 calories per day. For this week, I hung out mostly around 1,300 calories per day. Some days were a little bit lower than this. Some days I did hit like closer to 14 or 1,500 calories. So it kind of just evened out, average about 1,300 calories, let's say. And I'm pretty sure every single day I hit at least 100 grams of protein per day, which for me doing this pantry challenge along with just being locked in, I feel like that's pretty impressive. Like, I had to get a little creative, but I also don't feel like I got super out there with my meals. I thought it was gonna get really weird. I don't think it got that weird. Let me know what you thought the weirdest meal I had this week was. I can't think of anything too weird. So as for my weight goal, I wanted to be at 160 by the beginning of June, and I think I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I think I will be. I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna bounce back up. I'm not gonna lie. And that might be because I just finished eating those cookies just now. But a couple cookies aren't gonna ruin everything. It's fine. It's just these last 10 pounds since January have been really slow to come off. I knew they were going to be slow. That's why originally I set my goal weight to be 160 by the end of the year. So I don't know why I'm stressing about getting to 160 by June. I shouldn't be, because I knew that things were going to slow down. So it's fine. As far as the week locked in though, we got there. We got to the goal weight. So once my period is all done and all the bloating has gone away, I will be doing my weigh-in video. So make sure you come back for that. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.